So as we begin the overview of the Blackboard, you should have this screen available to you once you get into the course Math 126. Again, we're only using the 126 piece, not the one that's the lab piece. So this will be the only course in Math 126 you actually have to open. So getting started folder is the first thing you want to do. Once I open it up, you'll start to see some topics inside here. The main one is going to be the simple syllabus. So make sure you read through that to understand the expectations of the course. So if I click the up arrow over here, it'll minimize. Notice how this is a down arrow. If I click on it, or if I just click on getting started, it'll open. If I click getting started again, it'll also close. So there's a couple ways to open and close these things. My Lab All Assignments is where you'll actually access your homework. At this point, the class isn't open, so you're not able to get into this part. This is where you'll access your grades, is the MyLab Math Gradebook. So you'll see your grades there. There is an e-text here, so the book is actually very easy to read. So this is where you can purchase or find your book. You don't actually have to buy a hard copy. It is recommended that you purchase the guided notes from the bookstore, as they go along with all the resources that I have built into the course. So the resources to do the class are in these units: Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, and Unit 4. This is where your course material to do the class is. So if I click on Unit 1, you'll see that there's a time frame here. So this tells you the pace of the course. So this is what's expected of you in week 1. This is what's expected of you in week 2. If I click on the week 1 folder, you'll start to see materials that go along with the coursework. So again, the 126 with the lab, there's a lot of extra materials. So week 1 is kind of heavy because a lot of these materials you should already be familiar with, but we're giving you an opportunity to kind of relearn some of these topics. So we go through some of these topics here in great detail to kind of refresh your memory, especially fractions and percents. And also there are some videos, if you're using the graphing calculator, the TI-4 calculator, we also kind of model how to use this calculator to actually input fractions to do calculations as well. But it's also important to understand the meaning of a fraction. So that's where the review of fractions is also very helpful. Operations involving fractions, like I said, a lot of us will just use technology for the most part to get answers. So week 1 has a lot of material in it, so it's important that you start rather quickly and don't get behind with week 1 off the bat. So when you get into week 2, we get into working with equations and inequalities, things like that. So it kind of jumps in to chapter 7. Week 3 gets into chapter 8, things like that. And again, these videos go along with the guided notes. Okay. And I think the guided notes are here as well, I think. But like I said, it's easier if you just go ahead and purchase them. They're going to be a lot cheaper than trying to get those guided notes there. So once you're done with Unit 1, you'll kind of get to the test here. Notice that week 4 is the exam week. There is a document here that you can actually print out. This is not part of the guided notes. You'll have to actually print this document out. And if you want to make some good notes, you can watch these videos and add to your notes so that you can better navigate the exam, Unit 1 exam. So this is kind of really important to us as well, are these here. Okay, so if I want to close Unit 1, just click there again, and it kind of shortens it down a little bit. So Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, they all kind of have the same thing. They have resources in them. Unit 4 is the last of the course. And notice that the course does end on May 1st. So all course materials must be submitted and completed by May 1st. Okay, so keep that in mind as you get into the class. And again, there is a document that you can print out, and these videos support how to prepare for the final. So making really good detailed notes allow you to access the exam a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm not actually open that up. Sorry about that. We'll just close that back. All righty, so that's kind of an intro to Blackboard. Getting started, my lab assignments, the grade book. This is your ebook, and then this is where you'll find a lot of video resources and some printable documents as well. I will use the announcements and the discussion board quite a bit, so make sure you pay attention to these up here, the announcements in the grade book. I really don't use this grade book here. My final grade is going to be coming from the MyLab math grade book. That's where I'll be, that's what I'll be using to actually put grades into your transcripts and things like that. So best of luck this semester.